Hey guys, welcome back. War 6 of Season 35. Today we're facing 5 realms. This is another shorter war for me, but I do have a few nerve-wracking fights and I will walk you through them. First up, I am taking a Claire here on steady build-up fury and insult to injury, which basically means that the more debuffs I have on me, the more likely my defensive ability accuracy is to fail, aka the parries pretty much is it. So right off the bat, there's a permanent heal block buff on this node, or debuff, I should say. And I'm also getting weaknesses due to long distance relationship also being on the node. And of course, Claire like spams heavies and like also plays bleeds on her special one. I was nervous for that fight. As you can see, it was over in 28 seconds. I was just concerned about her power gain, the Mystic Dispersion node, but my precision buffs from Dexing actually failed both times that I should have procced them in that fight, so it ended up being really easy. Moving on to section 2, I'm on path 9. I sped this fight up because it's just like a Magneto fight. This of course has one eye open, so I do not want to hit her while she's stunned, so essentially I'm playing stun immune. And he pretty much shuts down everything else except hazard shift. Of course, I just have the worst RNG with hazard shift, but yeah, not much to say. I'll just let it go. Okay, that's it for that fight. Fortunately, Magneto does, of course, have resistance to both shock and bleeder. That would have been kind of a rough time, but I'm moving on to Nick Fury here on 45. Also hazard shift. He also has Nerves of Steel, which basically means he'll get a passive armor up every few seconds, and I can remove them by hitting into his block. It's not really a huge deal. But as you can see, both of these Omega fights that I have this war, I'm going to play a little bit different strategy-wise. I'm not just like standing there. Because both Claire and Hazard Shift by nature, at least in this section of the map, are going to be placing bleeds on me pretty much the whole fight, so I don't need to worry about forcing any heavies. I just want to watch out for the shock portion of hazard shift, and that is pretty much it. I did throw another heavy there just to push him into second life, and I'm waiting out this shock, and I will be ending him pretty quick. Okay, so for my final fight of this war, I have a Misty Knight on 49 hazard shift. I actually had an option of using either Omega or Magneto for this fight, and I ended up going with Magneto for a few reasons. Number one, you guys have seen what my hazard shift RNG looks like. It's terrible. And of course, Magneto is metal, so he's shutting everything down at least by 70%, and I need all the help I can get in that area. Second thing is she has a 1% chance to evade per cryogenic charge that she has, which are those little snowflake charges under her health bar. And again, my war RNG is terrible. So I didn't want to have to rely on having to force heavies to keep my damage up. Whereas with Magneto, there's just a little bit more of security there. And finally, it just sounded terrible, at least to me, trying to get spores up and not immediately get cornered with Omega while she begins the fight in Incinerate mode. So I went with Mags, and as you can see, I was pretty nervous for this fight. I played it pretty cautious. I threw that special 3 with only 4 prowess just because I was kind of scared. But yeah, I mean, she's about to die, and that is that. So yeah, we did end up unfortunately losing this war. We had a little bit of a rougher performance as an alliance, but I know we will pick it up in the next one. And that will be it for me. I will see you guys next time. Bye.